FC 6 at half-time. 2 tries for Bradford, Samet and Keir. Foster with the 2 goals. Briscoe, his try was improved by Danny Tickle. Jamie Foster's about to get this second half underway for Bradford. We said it was a vital 80 minutes for these 2 sides. It is a vital 40 minutes we're going to witness now.
I don't think Peter Gentle, the whole coach, would have been really too upset. He probably would have thought that it was a luck of the bounce, especially when Keir scored that try that allowed Adrian Pertel to go through. So they'll try to go back to basics, especially in the opening 20 minutes of that first half, where they had virtually a control of this game, did the visitors. So I wouldn't be too perturbed somewhat. Francis Coins, he would have been happy with their fight back.
He will be happy with the fight back. He has said over the recent past that Bradford have been better than the results would let you believe. But he admits and agrees that this is a big one for them tonight. Tickle for Hull, looking to price Bradford open down the middle. Manu Kafoa and Walker, though, getting to him. Oh, Tickle's injured as he plays that ball with the left foot. And high off the boot of Jacob Miller.
Boy, that's some height there.
Oh, and Carney spills it forward. Lynch will drop on this. Here's the free play. It's 0-0 for free play. And down he goes on the tackle. Lynch hangs on to the ball because they're 10 metres, 11 metres away from the line. Whiting will take it on for Hull. Looking for a great start to this second half. Great run from the substitute, Richard Whiting. He'll play it here to Houghton. Houghton then finds Miller. Miller gives it to McDonnell. McDonnell has got Gale in front of him. Bounces away from a couple. Still going, McDonnell. Good play. Gets it then away to Jay Pitts, who went behind everybody, and Samet to the rescue.
Tremendous effort by Samet.
Huge play, Steve-O, you're right.
Peter Gentle is absolutely furious with that. They had them on toast. Kept the ball alive, but look at that. It went back. That's the reason why Ben Thaler, the official, says play on. Well, it was Johnny on the spot, wasn't he, to score that try, Samet. And he certainly has saved his side. What looked as though they were going to concede a try.
19 tries for Jared Samet in all, and after tonight's effort, it's now 16 in Super League. But here's a mistake for Bradford. And Chef Walker can't believe what he's just seen. What has he just seen, Stuart?
Well, he was pushing to play the ball as he was getting up, which didn't allow him to play the ball. And the referees adjudged a knock on in that.
Well, Ben Thaler says he knocked on. Chef Walker can't believe the decision. Half-time news, Bill.
Well, Hull looked shattered when they came off at the end of that first 40 minutes, so there's a bit of a spring in the step after that half-time break. Not surprising when you think what they went through in Perpignan last week. Grueling game in very hot conditions, and they did have to do a lot of defending in the second half of that first half, and they acknowledged that, so they've set about trying to rectify that. Is a good start to the second half for them, and the Bulls were anticipating this. Francis Cummins telling his players the job's only half done. They were anticipating Hull coming out with renewed vigorosity in this second half and really trying to level the scores. Bulls will have to do it without John Bateman for the rest of the night, possibly for some weeks, because he's done ankle ligaments.
That's a shame for John Bateman, a shame for Bradford, but here is Andy Lynch. They'll have to put that to the back of their minds now. Bradford, there he is, Bateman, he's on the bench, watching on anxiously as Houghton gives it to Miller, who then finds Tickle, but Bradford muscling up in defence. This is the last tackle coming up for the black and whites. Houghton is there, he'll come down the short side with Jeremiah. That's too strong, I think. Yes, it is. And Kearney was bowled over by Ben Crooks like a 10-pin in a bowling alley.
Not a bad option, though. He nearly got there, didn't he? He took a huge gamble, did Brett Kearney, the full-back. Now then, can the Bulls regain that superiority that they had in the latter part of the first half?
Solid run again from Danny Addy. Foster finds Samet. The Jack Sparrow, he was called, of Super League, and that's a great offload to Heath Lestrange. Ankle tapped, play on, gets the ball away to Carney. Carney showed it to Foster, spun away from the first challenge, goes down after Andy Lynch comes in, the third man. Samet again, Manu Kafoa.
He's been enormous, this fella, since he came off the bench.
He has. The big Tongan. Oh, gets the offload away as well to Lestrange. Manakafoa dummy half. Gives it then to Gale. Gale, not the best again. It's a bounce pass that comes up for Lulia. And it's Lynham and Crooks who deal with the threat. And here now is the last tackle coming up for the Bradford Bulls. Samet will kick, will he? No, well, he will eventually. Oh, great skill. But McDonnell again to the rescue for the black and whites.
Well, he's liable to do anything, isn't he, Samet? It looked as though they had it set up to kick to the right-hand corner. And then he tried to dribble it past 2 or 3 players. Good job that McDonnell was aware on this one. Howden couldn't get to it. The fullback did.
Keith Lulia is down in the back play receiving treatment for an injury. It's the last thing Bradford need with Bateman out for the rest of the evening, so they're down to 16 men, restricting Francis Cummins's interchange options. Lulia jogging his way back into the defensive line.
Well, Hull quite clearly showing that they can get downfield really easily. Some punch. Whoa! The referee said play on, he does.
That is a massive tackle. That was so important. Sorry to cut across your field. He had to make. I hope he hasn't hit him hard because I'm going to compliment him. But that is a huge tackle, if it's legal.
Well, Lulia has said to the referee that he has caught him on the shoulder. And I think he has.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. Stuart, no, you're happy with that?
He's got him on the shoulder. I think that's fine.
That is a massive tackle. Samet jumped out, missed the tackle. Keith Lulia stretched. Your inside man goes in, you've got to follow him in. He did on that occasion, and he's pulled off a wonderful tackle.
Ben Taylor just had a word with the touch judge on this near side to check everything's A-OK with the tackle. Jeremiah is still groggy.
I think he was more injured by the impact when he hit the ground. But it was a tremendous effort, wasn't it? Watch the right arm, across the chest.
When he's one of the creative brains or organisers that Hull need here now, don't they? They've got lots of strong, fast, fit players who can carry the ball, they can make the tackles, but do they have the players who can create the plays to score the points that they'll need to win this match?
Well, the trainer was out like a bullet to attend to Jeremiah after he went down, and they're very concerned, obviously, about him. Daniel Holdsworth still out injured with the calf problem. Lulia, it's all been checked out, and the tackle was perfectly legal.
And it's a good job that he did stop him as well.
There is Daniel Holdsworth. Will he or won't he play next week? Big question mark against his name.
Yeah, it's a big loss tonight as well.
Well, there's also the potential is that the Richard Horn will be very soon back.
There's a question mark against him as well, though, Phil. And this would be the third standoff in strife. There is Horn. Jeremiah looks like he's okay, though, having said all that. He's going to play the ball here to Danny Howe. And this is the last tackle, remember. So Miller again with a high hanging kick. Well claimed by Carney, who is well claimed in the end by his opposite number, Shannon McDonnell.
Good patience by the fullback there on his opposite, Brett Carney.
Hollis sensing something here, though.
Yeah, they're trying to force the error. This is where the sleeves have to be rolled up by the Bulls.
Alberson's done that with that run. That was Heath Lestrange. This is Ben Evans.
Be interesting to see if Bradford go for an early kick. That was a good offload.
Gale takes it forward before he's halted by the tackle from Jay Pitts. Manakafoa.
Oh, he's been enormous tonight.
He's been destructive down the middle for Bradford. Gale again with a long kick up and over the top. And this will run dead in goal.
Well, set up on the 30. And you can see that both sides are beginning to feel the pain now.
Salford leading against the Catalan Dragons. That would be an impressive scalp for Brian Noble's men.
Hull FC had a bit of success. You saw it in the first try when Kirk Eamon stretched the defence and then brought Tom Briscoe back on the inside. I think that they keep that up and keep testing the honesty of the Bradford defenders, they might see themselves get a bit of joy. They've been punching straight balls like this for quite a while. I think they should try and mix up the defence or put a little stress in the inside defence and see if that brings some results.
Tickle gets the ball away to Whiting. Here is Miller. Time for Miller to come to the fore, you think?
I just get the impression that Hull they've got to start spinning it out wide a little bit more. They've got to try to get Crooks and Lynham, get them into some organisation, you know, spin it away. That's a good kick.
It is from Houghton to the in-goal area. Carney with work to do. Oh, and it looked like a bit of a slap in the mush from Jeremiah.
Certainly felt it.
Oh, and they're all offside, Hull. Big call that from Ben Thaler, correct. But a big call for Bradford. This relieves the pressure.
It's just losing the plot. You know, you get excited, come through, they've got him down, it looks as though they can apply the pressure, and look what happens. They're all out of the blocks. There's about 10 in front of the official. Yeah. Composure, such an important part of any sport, especially ours.
And the lineman
touched it.
Nearly got to that.
It did, it touched it, and that'll be head and feet to Bradford. Won't be a tap. That's good work by Tom Lynham. Okay, they still concede possession, but they don't have to go back the required 10 meters.
He lost the bottom of his jersey.
Noticed when Jared Samet took that penalty, he just picked a little bit of grass up off the ground, flung it up in the air just like Tiger Woods would have done, and checked the wind direction, and he nearly made a mess of it. Alverson takes it forward. Lestrange is waiting. Here is Walker again. Oh, big collision with Pitts.
Yeah, it certainly was, but Bradford realise now that they've got to start controlling it and just get that kicking game going. Keep
now,
turning Hull around.
I was going to say they had a man on the overlap wide. Carney hangs on. Here's Gale again. Up the middle he goes.
They've been good at scoring tries from kicks, Eddie, and there's another chance, but the hooker's decided to kick for himself, and doesn't, in hindsight, look like a great decision.
McDonnell tried to wriggle his way out of trouble, but couldn't do so. Here's Briscoe again. He's dropped to the ground by Patel first of all, and then Langley. Ellis.
Well, they're showing a lot of effort, a lot of energy in the forwards of the Hull side, but they've got to start realising they've got to stand a little bit deep and try to give the three quarters some opportunity. It's been very rare since the two centres, Crooks and Newman, have had any chance.
History. Oh, that's high round the neck. Round the neck by Gale.
Silly.
Well, it's been about half an hour, hasn't it, since Hull were given a penalty. This gives them a chance here now. The first mistake, jumping high on a man.
Newman got that right across the nose. I was just going to say that history is on Hull's side. They've won each of the last 4 visits to this ground, and they've won each of the last 7 meetings with Bradford, home and away. It's something that Bradford will be desperate to turn around, but Peter Gentle, he's not interested in history, he's interested in the present, and here is a gift of a penalty, and that's 2 in a row for the Black and Whites. Now we say penalty, penalty try, don't we? Let's see.
Well, it does work that way, but as I say, sheer power and effort. I'm not so sure that that's going to work for Hull.
Here's Miller. Gets it away to Jeremiah. None the worse for the bang he took earlier on. And he is dropped in the end. Tickle. Lynch, quick hands. And O'Mealy. He's pulled down just 3-4 metres away from the line. Houghton is there. Turns it back inside. Danny Tickle. And Tickle looking to struggle to the line. He's got there.
He's going to give this.
Yes, he is. That's a great effort from Danny Tickle. His first start since he returned to the side after 10 matches out with injury. And Danny Tickle bang under the stick. So this is going to be all square. And it's exactly what Hull needed. Exactly what they needed. Danny Tickle, second try of the year.
Well, you said it, Eddie. Back-to-back penalties. There's the first one, swinging out from Luke Gale. And then messing around there by Jamie Langley. Wouldn't release him. There's a hand in. And boy, did he finish off well. There were 3 there to attend him. And he snakes the arm out. Talk about second effort. Upper body strength. Plonks it down. Ben Thaler in an absolute superb position. No worries about that. He points right down underneath the sticks. And Danny Tickle surely will add the extra 2
The home
to that
crowd,
wonderful try.
Home crowd they've seen something on the video replay on the big screen here. Stuart, I couldn't see much.
I think they're only watching what we're watching. I didn't see it. The ball was grounded correctly. Referee was in a great position, so not too sure what they have to complain about.
What I saw was a determination contest, and Danny Tickle was the clear winner.
Yes, he was. So Tickle scored the try, and Tickle will improve with the kick. We're level pegging here at the Providence Stadium on Hull. It's 12 apiece.
And you wonder, don't you, that maybe there's an incident here. Can't see it, but you can see quite clearly that Tickle, right arm, bang, right on the line. Seam twist, second effort. All that work in the gym pays off.
The local natives were restless, though. They didn't like what they saw. Maybe it was the defensive effort by their players against Danny Tickle's run. But it was determination with a capital D. Now then, it's all up for the winning again in the last half hour or so.
Crooks has gone down. He's picked up a knock. It's been a rough and tougher game, this. I feel it looks like his left leg.
Andy Lynch will play the ball here to Danny Houghton. Back it comes to Miller, who goes for a long and a deep effort at a 40-20. He's gone for a long 40-20. He nearly got it, but that's well played, Elliot Keir.
Is it ever? But what a great option. Kicking on the third. Tremendous stuff. Now then, Hull. They've got to be careful. Get back to the official. Don't give away that silly penalty they did about 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Gale trying to get out of jail. Oh, Ben Crooks is limping off the field. More injury problems, Bill.
Yeah, Ben Crooks, they didn't hang around. He went down at the other end of the field. Quick look from the physio. He's come straight off. And obviously with a cup semi-final looming, the last thing they want is one of their strike players ruled out. But it is an ankle problem. Treatment at the moment for Ben Crooks.
I'm sure Bill will be keeping an eye on it and making sure for the Hull supporters watching tonight. Was the news as Lynham tries to worm his way downfield. Difficult to pull down. He's made such an impact, hasn't he, Tom Lynham, since he's come into this competition this year?
Yeah, impressive, to say the least. And he looks like a player that really enjoys getting out there for the full 80 minutes.
O'Mealy carries the battle forward again. Evans and Walker halt him. It's Westerman who gets it away to Gareth Ellis.
Delayed pass, just got away with it. Ellis just had a stutter.
Houghton to Lynch again.
Good
Lynch,
offload.
great offload to Houghton. Here's Jeremiah. Jeremiah stabs it in. Foster will have to be quick here. Foster is quick, but Whiting is as quick. And he's trapped in goal. Goal line dropout coming up.
What a great servant this man, Richard Whiting, has been to the black and whites. 100% every time. It was a beautiful kick, Jeremiah, and you can see there Foster had no chance.
This is where we think Ben Crooks got injured.
Yeah, knee.
Well, I don't know what position Richard Whiting is as we see Ben Crooks treated by the physio and doctor, but I'd have him in my side somewhere because he puts himself in the right position. There, he's got his side possession again, and since we had that half-time break, the Hull side have had far more of this ball than their opponents. It's why they're looking to build here now. They look dangerous. They've got lots of players who can make meters, but I don't know if they've got many who can make breaks, and that's the area that they need here now if they want to put some more points on the field.
It's a mirror image almost of the first half. They were in control of the first 30 minutes, Hull.
Yeah,
and then Bradford came back at them, and here's Ellis now attacking down that left-hand side. He's a devil of a man to put down, is Gareth Ellis.
He's had a big game too.
McDonnell into Jeremiah, shows it to a couple. Westerman looking to power to the line.
Oh, he's trying to get it away. He has.
To Danny Houghton, who in turn gives it to Lynch. Down he goes under Gale's tackle. 4 tackles gone, shouts Ben Thaler. 2 remaining this set of 6. Jeremiah puts boot to ball, and Foster again will take it out, and it's another goal line dropout coming up.
Great work by Aaron Jeremiah. Just keep turning them around, irritating them. Just like a wasp. You can't get rid of him.
Puts on the head now, isn't it, Steve? Oh,
yeah.
Hull FC, they can really do some damage, Eddie, to the Bradford Bulls in the next 5 minutes or so. Phil was right. The possession has been in Hull's favour in this second half. The territory's been in their favour. I feel now this Bradford Bulls side are just clinging on to this game. A couple of wild defensive efforts and some scramble to try and keep Hull FC out. They're going to have a lot more than that to repel them, I think, now. And
they're in no hurry to take this goal line dropout, are they? They're blowing for tugs behind their own line. Now then, the referee says, let's go. So Foster, it's a scruffy-looking goal line dropout straight to Whiting.
I'm not so sure they were trying to get the touch there, Eddie. Either way, it's not the best. They're only 20 metres away.
And here they come with Tickle. Just scored a try, looking for another.
Keep your eye out for Shannon McDonald. He's way out on that left-hand side.
It's with Westerman, and it's with Jeremiah, and that was forward. Well, that looked forward from up here.
He delayed it, and it certainly looked as though it was going forward. They've got away with it, and they're going to score.
O'Mealy.
What brilliant defence for the last two players. I don't know if they can hold out for much longer.
Houghton, back it comes to Miller.
Oh, that was forward.
Well, I didn't think that one was.
That is outstanding effort for 5 players. Have they got one more in them?
Well, they're going to hope so.
Kick.
Miller at ricochet. It was not played at. It's still the last. Here is Lynham. He's taking on Foster. Flings the ball back. It was a speculator. And he's been rolled into touch. That's great work by Samet.
Certainly is.
To Jacob Miller.
A headed feed now for the Bradford Bulls, and what a tremendous set of defence. Bradford's coach, Francis Cummins, has been so exasperated this season with the fact that the defence at times has been, well, pretty close to awful. Probably that's a good word for it, but that was outstanding.
Yeah, they had 2 goal line dropouts in a row, and they weathered the storm, Bradford. That will give them great heart for the remaining 22 minutes of this match.
Probably worth emphasising again, Eddie, the season is coming down to this game, isn't it, for the Bradford Bulls? Lose this and you'd say the season is over for them. Will not get into the playoffs. So we got 22 minutes to see now whether Francis Cummins can get his side into the top 8 for the first time in 5 years.
Oh, Lyman's lost that. Did it go backwards? Did it go forwards?
It went backwards, Eddie. Went backwards.
Well, Foster's claiming that he has clipped the ball from McDonald, and Ben Taylor, the official, said no, give it to the full-back, it's his. I'm not so sure. Didn't look too confident, McDonald, there.
Lynham gets the ball away brilliantly to Lynch. Lynch tries to hand off Langley and succeeds.
Somebody needs to recognise he's got to get his legs.
Great run that from the prop forward, though.
Certainly was. 15 metres.
Here's Tom Briscoe, match winner from deep. Briscoe.
Brian, do you think that Hull's attack is poor, or has Bradford's defence just been sensational in this 20 minutes we've had?
Yeah, I think they've clung on, Phil. You're absolutely right. They've scrambled, but I fear for them. I'm not sure how long they can continue with that, but you're right. There's been some tremendous defensive efforts. A couple of players have shown a real willingness. Again, but example like that, the willingness to pressure the kicker. Little things like that do count and do give you a chance.
I get a sense, Eddie, that the Bradford supporters think they've seen off the best at what Hull have got. They've had so much possession, haven't really put any points on the board. And maybe it's their turn now to attack. The ball's come free and the referee says it's a knock-on.
And look at the way Hull are celebrating this turnover in possession.
Well, they certainly apply the pressure to Adrian Patel.
It's worth saying, Mike, that you can see the possession at the bottom of your screen there. The 6-tackle rule in rugby league usually means that both teams get about 50% of the ball, and we've seen in this third quarter of the game, 2/3 and slightly more has been in Hull's possession. They're going to get the ball again here. Is the ball stripped?
Probably say yes by Danny Houghton on the blind side.
Well, Danny Houghton's hands actually come off the ball before he loses it, so there's obviously pressure applied in the tackle, but I think he's actually lost that.
That's just a lottery, isn't it? It depends how the referee and touch judges see those incidents.
Well, I think they apply a bit of science to it.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah, but it's very difficult to judge. But again, the defence now from Bradford.
Great effort from Manakafoa. Again, he's in there.
Yeatman goes down under the tackle. Scruton involved as well.
I know there's a long way to go, but...
You're going to call for the one-pointer,
well,
aren't you?
it wouldn't be a bad option, Eddie.
Houghton is waiting. Jeremiah. Ooh, a little dummy from Jeremiah. Nearly fooled everybody. It's Houghton. Infielder comes to O'Mealy. He gives it a bit of width, and on the bounce this time to McDonald. McDonald trying to be elusive, gets it away to Ellis. Ellis goes for Broke and the line, and he's 3 meters away.
They'll go
on
for
the last tackle.
Kick to the corner, that's where they'll go for.
Played up by Jamie Langley, play on, and it's Carney to the rescue under pressure from O'Mealy.
Should have been a penalty there. O'Mealy was all over him. Listen to the home crowd. Kick through.
After Hull FC won in the south of France, Eddie, I initially thought Peter Gentle might rest some players coming into this game, but then I looked at the run-in they have to close the season. After the Cup semi-final that they've got coming up, they've got to play Rovers, Saints, Wigan, Widnes, Salford. Perhaps those last two games are games they think they can win, or those last two teams they think they can beat. But they've got to try and win those other games, Eddie. If Bradford get a win tonight, Hull FC lose, it drags Hull into that battle, really into that battle for the 8. It also gives Wakefield a great chance.
This is a great kick. Ooh, now they... It's just short, the referee's initial call is.
It is by the touch judge as well. Crowd don't like it, but the officials have got it absolutely spot on.
It'll be the referee that's called that. He's on the line where the ball is travelling. He's got a better view of that than the touch judge. And he's followed the line of the ball, and you can see it just goes short of the 20-metre line.
Not far off it.
Very close, very close. And the locals wanted the head and feed to the home team. Brian, just that run-in for the Black and Whites. What was the first team that they play?
They're near neighbours. They're going to play them. Hull KR, then Saint. This order isn't correct, but Hull KR, Saints, and Wigan, Widnes, and Salford are the games they're going to play.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm just wondering, Eddie, whether the coach, Peter Gentle, would be disappointed with the fact they had the opportunity. They were right underneath the sticks on that fourth tackle. They opted to go out wide on the left. They missed the opportunity. Oh, that swinging arm there by Danny Addy.
Well, they're gritting their teeth, Bradford, in defence. They have to, because it's... Oh, what a hit by Scruton. Wow, what a pinger on Mark O'Mealy.
And he made his mark. Don't worry about that. And
this is great defence from Bradford.
Oh, tremendous. This is what the game's all about. That's not a bad kick either.
It's an excellent kick. Carney has to scuttle across and pick it up.
Hold on to it. That's the major.
Coming to the last quarter hour of the match, and it's finally balanced. A season's work is on the line here for 15 more minutes.
And this, we keep going back to that word composure, but don't give away a silly penalty. Swinging arm, going in front of the official at the play of the ball. Can they keep that composure? They're out of the blocks pretty quickly.
They're being asked to score a long-range try here, Bradford. Langley.
That's great defence, though. They're coming in on the angle. They're just allowing no space for Bradford to get any movement.
O'Gale with a scampering run away from trouble, and this is a possible 40-20. They've got it this time.
That could be the game changer. What a wonderful effort. Luke Gale, take a bow and listen to the whole crowd.
Yeah, when Ben Thaler indicated it was head and feed to Bradford, a roar went up. What a kick this was, under pressure as well.
And like
maybe the wind at his back a bit.
Either way, this is wonderful. You talk about game breakers. I'd back my money, I'd put my money, I'd put my shillings on this one, Phil.
Well, you know what, from the action we've seen so far in this game for 65 minutes, I think you know as well, Hull particularly have looked in charge. They've looked control, they've made more meters than their opponents, they've driven downfield, they've had time and time again attacking on the Bradford line, but they've been unable to score. They've lacked a maverick with a genius to get away over the try line. And now here there's a chance. You typically expect them to have about a 10-point lead here, the Hull side. but they are at the level here, and worryingly so, you know, as you approach the last 10 minutes, that Bradford have their first chance really since the half-time break to score and go ahead.
And you've just seen the Bradford Bulls are spilling blood here tonight in the effort to keep in the hunt for those playoffs. And here is Samet, and it comes wide to Foster. Lynham gets to him. Carney waits. Samet again.
The big decision now for Bradford. Do they go for the one, or do they camp down there? Do they try to just squeeze them?
Lestrange finds Gale. Gale then to Carney. Carney to Patel.
Great work there. Kirk Human didn't lose control. Great tackle.
And it's Gale. Here's Manukafoa. Now then, if they're going to go for a one-pointer, this might be the moment. No, they're going for 4 with Carney. Miller did well.
He's offside.
And he's offside. Yeah. They'll bring it back, though, for the first knock-on by Bradford.
Yeah.
It was the free play.
Well, they've squandered the chance and the opportunity for the 1 point.
Miller did well then. He attacked the ball and the ball-carrying arm.
Yep.
It's a tremendous contest. You can see what making the playoffs
Does the ball
mean.
go forward there from that?
Well, the rule that the ball's gone forward from Kearney, so the free play then can't continue.
Good work, though, wasn't it, by Jacob Miller? Saved the day. The big problem now, can the black and whites get anywhere into a good position to get the kick away?
Midweek Rugby League, Monday, Saints Wigan, 7:30, Sky Sports 1 HD and 3D. Penalty here, meanwhile, for the black and whites. Too slow out of the tackle, and this is manna from heaven for Hull.
Yeah, he gets his feet in the way. You've got to get out of that area. He failed to do it. And these are vital meters forward.
Now another big defensive effort required from Bradford. There's the first tackle by Langley and Manukafoa. I think Langley has been immense tonight as well.
Yeah, the forwards have put themselves about, haven't they? They've worked hard. They've had to, because they've been going down that central reservation all night, both sides. Very little opportunity for the 3 quarters to show.
Jeremiah's ball on the inside to McDonald. It was a risky pass, and it was a risky tackle.
It's had a red cross on it, that is for sure.
This is Liam Watts. Knock on. And here come Bradford with Lestrange. It was a knock-on over on that far side by Gareth Ellis. 0 tackle, so 6 more from here, and even better, penalty. Penalty in centre field, 2 points.
Would you kick it goal, Jamie Foster?
He's got the wind at his back. He has the wind at his back.
After the experience they had at Wigan, I doubt that they will, Eddie.
I'll go for touch here. That's what I'd be doing.
And that's exactly what Samet does. I think you're right. I think they learned the lesson of Wigan, didn't they?
And they realise, Eddie, what, 12.5 minutes now, and they've got to get to a position where they'll run out the 4 or 5, and then they'll probably go for the 1. That's what I would be making the decision.
We're seeing exactly what you want to see for a team, Eddie. They're clinging on to their season. This is a good performance from the Bradford Bulls. 12-all against Hull. Side that they need to bring back into that shootout for the 8th spot. Just drag him back in there. With Hull again, with Bradford's run in.
They're rekindling the spirit, aren't they, of last year, when not only were they fighting for their season, they were fighting for the Super League survival because of events off the field. Mick Potter and Francis Cummings, they got so much spirit on the field, and they managed it again tonight as Francis Cummings. Brilliant pickup, meanwhile, there from Carney.
They've got to go for it now, surely. Don't wait until the last. Oh, they're going to.
Oh, and they've knocked it on. It was Diskin, I think, who just got to flick at it. And here's the free play. Here's the free play. It'll be brought back, will it?
Yeah.
Yes, it will be.
Well, far too fancy from the Bradford side, in a good position, switching the ball back on the inside. You don't need any fancy football. Just put themselves in a position with just 10 minutes to go for the 1.
Well, should they have gone for the 2 then?
The question I have, Eddie, and Stuart Cummins might be able to answer, should it not have been a penalty further up the field. When the play continued and Tom Lynham put a kick in, it looked to me there was an offside.
It was a play on all the way until the Bradford player picked the ball up in an offside position. So the advantage should have been up on the 40-metre line to Hull.
Right scrap going on at Headingley. Right scrap going on at Odsal. 12 apiece here. And 10 minutes remaining for the match to be won.
Oh, dearie me.
Joe Westerman stretched for that and just couldn't get his hands to the ball. Now this is a big moment. Is this the game changer?
It could be. Why on earth? It was a poor pass, wasn't it, from Danny Houghton? They got confused. Look at the face on Peter Gentle.
Well, he won't be happy with that, and he might not be happy either with the fact that Stewart's pointed out the advantage should have gone to them 40 metres further upfield for the offensive offside. Anyway, that's all in the past. What happens over the next 9.5 minutes? This is Jared Samet. He's a will-o'-the-wisp. He's a match winner. Heath Lestrange. This time, Diskin hangs on.
Big question is, who's going to go for the one?
Well, they're looking for 4 here. Gale gets it away to Langley, and he's put it down now.
Well, they're just blowing the opportunities time and time again.
Well, who wants the win? Who wants the victory? They both do, obviously.
Well, I'm going to go for a big breakaway try from Hull.
Well, Briscoe's the man, Lynham's the man. But this defence from Bradford has been tremendous. Widnes have won against London. It's only the latest score, that, but 38-12, I think that's over. This isn't. Houghton.
Quick play the ball, that's good. Jeremiah's through.
To halfway on tackle number 4. This is good set of 6. Here goes Houghton. Houghton's through 1, Houghton's through 2, gets the ball away. It's with Whiting. He goes down on the last. Now will Hull go for the 1 point?
I would. Who wants it?
Jeremiah. Here is Miller. Miller goes wide. They have 2 on 1 over that wall.
It's a knock on and he was forward anyway.
Oh, well, it's setting up an exciting finish, this, but there are errors all over the shop. And Peter Gentle, I don't know what he's going to say at the end of this.
I'll tell you what he'll say. Have anybody out there realised we can have a drop goal? Both sides.
He's got a great attention, the number 9, Danny Houghton. We just see here the play misdirected here, but he leads the defensive line forward so fast here. He's involved again in this tackle.
Let's get down to Bill.
Ben Crooks watching this grim-faced on the sidelines for Hull FC. Came off, of course, with that injury. It is an ankle problem and heavily iced at the moment. Crutches have just been unwrapped by the Hull medical team and the orthopaedic boots. So hard to say just how serious the problem is. They won't say how serious the problem is, but the look on the face of Ben Crooks suggests that this is not good news.
Well, it is not good news. The whole season might be going down the gurgler here for the Black and Whites tonight. We'll see as Carney takes it forward, slides the kick in, ricocheting all over the place. They'll bring it back for the scrum down on the other side because that was the free play.
Yeah. And again, a brilliant kick that applied the pressure.
Well, who deserves the win? Who deserves the win most? Hull have been in charge for the first half hour. There's the knock on. He was desperately trying to stop a 40-20. And then it's no advantage because it's the free play.
Yeah.
And they took the chance, did Bradford, and came up short. But who deserves the victory more? Hull have battered the door down and haven't got through. Bradford have defended magnificently. Who deserves it?
The Bulls for me, Eddie. I just hope they can get some points here. The defence has been unbelievably good here tonight.
Their attack has to be good now. Lulia will take the first tackle. They're inside the Hull 20. Foster is waiting. Finds Samet. Changes direction of his run. Did not fool anyone, particularly Westerman. Not happy with Westerman again. Addy will take it forward,
well,
right under the sticks.
Luke Gale's in the box.
It's got to be.
He's back behind the 20-metre line. He's got time and space. Can he get the pass to him?
They have. They're trying to charge him down. I think he might have kicked this. He has.
Yes.
Steve-O's Christmas has come early. A 1-pointer for Francis Cummins and Bradford Bulls. from Luke Gale. The England Knights international scraped over.
Well, we've seen Hull recently lose a game, a Sky game by 1 point when Wakefield upset them 27-26. That was a few weeks ago. They're behind you now by 1 point, but they've been in some tough games recently. Have they learned that with 5 minutes to go here, one suspects this may be a short kickoff from Joe Westerman. His team need the ball.
And it is short. Is it short enough? The ball is knocked backwards. And Langley has it for Bradford. It's a big 5 minutes in Bradford's season, this. It's a big 5 minutes for Hull because Wakefield are clawing their way back against Leeds. Salford have beaten the Catalan Dragons. It's all happening tonight.
And this is where Matt Diskin should just get out there and try to calm things down.
Lulia brushes off a couple. Great pass. Samet tackled by Westerman again. Samet and Westerman, there's not been much between them all night. They've been sticking to each other like glue. Ben Evans will take it forward. Well, that's the last tackle here for Bradford. What will they do? Gale dinks it over the top looking for Foster. And Lynham collected it, and Foster and company waited for him to hit the deck before the tackle came in.
They've got to test their arm. They've got to keep this alive, keep twisting. Maybe kick over into the corner.
Jeremiah.
They've still got 5 minutes, Eddie. Don't rule Hull FC out yet.
They've got 4, Brian.
4 then. Don't rule them out.
No, not ruling them out, but 4. The time is against them as much as Bradford. This is Westerman. Westerman has made the break. Westerman, an important ankle tap by Carney. And
was he tackled? Was he tackled?
No, he wasn't.
Was the ball carried on? Did it hit the deck? It's panic out there.
And Bradford muscle up again and scramble the defence back, and McDonald's grounded. Here comes Jeremiah. This is Whiting. Whiting, great tackle by Keith Lulia. Last one coming up here for Hull. Jeremiah brings it back to Houghton. And Houghton will hoist the kick high, but that's far too far.
That's panic. That just shows you Danny Houghton just lost his marbles there slightly. Maybe he should have been someone else there to take that kick, but it was far too deep.
Here's Foster. He was in the Hull side that won here 70 points to 6 last year, was Jamie Foster. Just shows you what 12 months does. It was the night that Omar Khan was announced as the new owner and saviour of this club. And boy, have they come on in the last 12 months if this is the evidence of what's been going on here. Lestrange. Here is Chev Walker. That's the last tackle here for Bradford, so the kick is vital. And the kick comes in from Heath Lestrange, was it?
No, Luke Gale,
it was Luke Gale, I beg your pardon. Not the best, straight to Lynham.
Oh, he's going near the touch.
It was a panic pass again. And Danny Addy has claimed the ball, and it could be that Bradford are going to claim this win.
Steady the ship down.
3 minutes and counting. He was on his way to the touch anyway.
He had to take the gamble. This is do the drives with the forwards. And he knows it, does Peter Gentle, that he's going to come up with something very, very special. Maybe go for the intercept.
Gale to Langley, who takes the tackle. Tackle number 4. Heath Lestrange up the middle. I don't think they'll risk another 1 point attempt, will they? Because they've got 1.5 minutes remaining. Samet is through a gap. He's got support here. And it's Diskin! Diskin will win the match for Bradford. Omar Khan, his memories of 12 months ago. And now he's on his feet with the crowd. And they cannot believe that their season is alive. What a performance. A man who's won grand finals at Old Trafford. Matt Diskin comes up with a try. And that's the one that will clinch it for Bradford. And Hull are disconsolate.
Well, every neutral likes to see the underdog winning sport, and clearly if you followed this game from the start tonight, the Bulls have been in that situation, particularly in the second half. They were on the line for 3 consecutive sets, defended with great bravery, and then showed here that they've got the ability to score under pressure. Diskin took the offload, wriggled between a few defenders, and crashed over for 4 more points. Tom Lynham tried his luck on the outside, but couldn't beat what has been an outstanding defence from Bradford here tonight, and then given a chance to attack a rare one in this match. Samet offloads to the hooker and Diskin crashes over. 4 points which will become 6, and 2 more points on the ever important league table.
Well, Diskin's try has settled it. Foster's goal will be the icing on the cake. Big smiles from Matt Diskin. And Wakefield, who are playing Leeds tonight, who play Leeds next week, are also Hull's next assignment away from home in the Super League. It is 19-12 to Bradford. They've won a famous victory.
Well, this is a cup match victory for them, and the man that gets it gets over the line. Matt Diskin, 19 tackles, no misses, and Franny Cummins, well, his side have done him proud. They had to win, Eddie, they absolutely had to win, and they've come up with 2 points.
Diskin's try has won it. Apologies, Bradford's next assignment is Wakefield away, not the Black and Whites in the Super League. Hull have got other things on their mind next week, but Diskin and Bradford will put their feet up for another week and will come back against the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. First win in 7 for Bradford, 5th successive Super League defeat for the Black and Whites. What a night for the Bulls, John Wells.
What a finish to a game, Eddie. And after a 10-minute opening spell where both